Hey there, everybody. Wanted to come out and put out a video for y'all. We played ticker MSS today. It was an IPO that I've been kind of, telling people about now for probably 2 or 3 weeks, give or take. I had a pre-order for a couple $1,000s, and they gave me roughly half of my shares, not quite half. And so I ended up buying a shit ton more at open at $4 a share, and I had a order, to fill if it dropped below the low that it had set, which was $3.75, I do believe. And I think I had my other order set for like $3.50 or something, right around there. Anyway, point being is my second order, after my pre-order and after my first buy-in didn't fill. I wish it had. That would have been awesome. And I would have banked some more on it. But I'm certainly happy with what happened today. This was just a real powerful, strong IPO, and it gave people the chance to, get in and play it at kind of a decent pace. It wasn't like, oh, this thing's blasting from $7.20 on up to $8.20. Then, within a minute, it's just right back down. It gave people a lot of opportunity to get in, get out, and, just people that were scalping today, it's like you could have done really, really well, especially if you know how to read charts and, you're keeping an eye on the volume and, ultimately paying attention to what's going on a little bit. It was really easy to figure out, where the, I guess I should say, where entry points were, and then where, your get out points were. And it was just a great ticker to trade today. I've been kind of preaching to people lately that, in times of a really red market, when the market's just kind of sideways and shit, IPOs tend to do really well and tend to outperform. Even the garbage ones can have good days. So, I haven't really been playing much of anything else except IPOs. I took a day trade this week and a day trade last week, and I think it was last week. I don't know now. My long-term memory hasn't kicked in yet. But the other day trade that I made this week was MKUL, and I got 65% on it. So that was a good day trade. But in this market, it's like quality over quantity for sure. And you got to be using your stop losses and everything else. And if you can learn to read charts, that brings a lot more power to you. And it will definitely make you a better trader overall. And there are people out there that will, they'll take you on a screen and show you how it's done. And I'm not that person. When it comes to explaining things, sometimes I'm not the best at it. And I'm just not the greatest teacher per se. So, there are several people that you can go watch. And, you can watch and watch and watch, but until you actually put that into, motion and get the practice under your belt, it won't make any difference. But you need to know something before you just go into it blindly. So, it took me a long time to figure things out. I've been trading a long, long time. So, it wasn't like overnight, I was just this, a decent trader at the start. So anyhow, we got, more IPOs coming up. Tomorrow, GPAK they're saying, it's going to go live. I'm not really sure if it's going to actually go live or not. We'll see. last week I thought they were going to go live, and I thought that they kind of had everything in, or they were going to be able to get everything in, because they did throw the ticker up um, on E-Trade for a short period of time, and a lot of times that can be like a little test trial run, I guess is what you would call it, and they'll just kind of like get the ticker ready, that way it's they basically make sure that it's going to be viable for the day they want to go on. So I don't know if they had like some last minute little changes or whatever, but we'll see if it goes public tomorrow. I didn't put a pre-order in on it. I thought about it, I considered it, and ultimately decided not to. But as well as MSS did today, maybe I should have put a $500 or $1,000 pre-order, $500 or $1,000 pre-order on it. Just for shits and giggles. I probably will most likely play it. I keep an eye on all IPOs, and I watch all of them. I don't just, just because I don't pre-order it doesn't mean I'm not necessarily going to play it. So, GPAC tomorrow, if it looks like it's going to be, strong, it's going to, like it's going to have some power to it, then, I'm going to be looking for that entry point, or, maybe even buying some shares right out of the gate, and then look for a second entry point, if it dips a little bit, before it makes a rip. We'll kind of see what happens, but if you've been paying attention to any of my videos for a while, I've kind of explained how I usually trade, and it's like with MSS today, pre-order, buy in right at the gate, and wait, and then if it looks like it's going to move down, make a reasonable what's the word I'm looking for here? Just a calculation, I guess, as to where you might think bottom is going to be, and then put in a limit order, and if it fills, great, and if not, like this morning with MSS, and it didn't fill at my $3.50, whatever, I'm still in, and the sucker's moving up, so let's make some money, anyhow, I think that on Webull they still had AATP and GMM, listed to go live tomorrow. Like I've been saying, I don't know if they're actually going to go live tomorrow, because a lot of the IPOs lately, they've been just jumbling them and scrambling them, and I think they're trying to confuse people intentionally, to an extent. There's a lot of jargon that happens in the markets. It's just it is what it is, and you have to play around it. But I'm more or less looking forward to those two, if they actually do go live tomorrow, which I doubt it. But they could, because I've seen a lot of crap happen, and anything is possible, ultimately. So I have a pre-order in on both those, and for next week, basically everything else was pushed out till next week, which not everything that got pushed out till next week is going to list next week. There might be one or two, most likely, and as it stands right now, the only ones that they've pushed out till next week, in my opinion, that are really worth looking into, or playing, in my, this is just my opinion, but we got ticker PMEC, and I think that one has a lot of potential. I think it can definitely be a banger. And then I think there was, let's see, there was a couple of others that I'm kind of still on the fence about. I've been watching everything. I knew all this was coming way ahead of time, but sometimes I'm I'm indecisive. So, you know, I might not necessarily put in a pre-order right away. But, you know, with the ones that I'm confident in, you know, pre-order day one, you know, and just wait. But, you know, I think it was GMM, or yeah, not GMM, GDD. And let's see, I think the other one was WBUY. I think that was the ticker. And, you know, those are, I'm not sure if I'm going to pre order them yet. You know, but I do plan on, you know, uh, playing them. Whether I pre order or not, I'll let you know. Yeah, in another video, most likely, you know, Monday or Tuesday. Um, there's like two or three next week for sure that I won't even bother playing at all, just because they're just, I don't know, they're just not. I think one's like a secondary offering, and then the other two were just not in the dollar range that I'd like to see them priced, and I think one might even be I'm not sure if it's a I guess SPAC or what the hell it was. But anyway, it just the point being, those are the only ones that I would really bother to have on your watch list. That's just my opinion. Do not trade according to anything that I say ever. Um, y'all make your own decisions. But you know, I think that's you know, for next week, those would be probably the best options, if you're going to play it all. And you know, if you're day trading and you're playing IPOs, well, you're going to want to hang on to at least one day trade for at least one IPO next week. You know, because like I said, in my opinion, these IPOs are going to get real hot. The market is, you know, sideways and everywhere else except up. So, you know, this is just how I'm doing it. Y'all make your own decisions, but you know, day trading lately, it's just been kind of you know, not the best, especially during regular hours. And if I was to day trade at all, it would be from 1 a.m., which is, you know, on the West Coast. That's when pre-market starts here, until about 5:30 a.m. and call it done for the day. Go take a nap or move on with your day. Um, just my opinion. Anyhow, I think I'll wrap it up there. I can't really think of too much more off the top of my head here to talk about. Yeah. Y'all have the rest of a good afternoon, and I'll keep you informed on what I'm doing. Have a good one.